We would shape up, trim down. Because hadn't the entirety of our old lives been fat, bloated, and overstuffed with false desires? Although, if we were honest, we had to admit there were a lot of our old unworthy purchases that we would miss. We would be calmer, wiser, braver. We would face down our fears. We would do a better job of loving. We would be more worthy of love. 1. Dad? Gray morning. He'd fallen asleep in front of the computer again. The screen was gray, too. Yeah, Sean said. His voice was more awake than he was. He swung around in his chair. His son was standing in the doorway, tall, shaggy-haired, peering in at him. Yeah, Sean said again. Okay, buddy. You're supposed to call that guy. Okay. Sleep was racing away, and for another second he let himself follow it, his mind unraveling back into a dream that still held him under some impossible weight. Then he pushed the dream away, shut off the computer, planted his feet, and rose to meet the god-awful day. Connor? Do I smell coffee? I got some started. Thanks, bud. Coffee. Then he'd call that guy in Santa Rosa to see if he could get a few days' work lined up. And if he couldn't, well, that was the next heap of crap to deal with. Connor? Yeah? Quit worrying. Sean got the first of the coffee into him, then dialed. He could hear Connor moving around upstairs, getting ready for school. The phone in his hand came to life. Hello, Mr. Nocera? Sean McDonald here. I was wondering if you could use me today. He listened for a minute, then said, Sure. Well, thanks for your time. Have yourself a good day. Nocera had already hung up, but Sean heard Connor coming down the stairs, so he pretended he was still talking while Connor opened the refrigerator and the cupboards, found a carton of chocolate milk, peanut butter crackers, a banana, and a handful of Oreos, which was either a weird breakfast or a weird lunch. Dad? Sean put his hand over the phone, shielding his imaginary conversation. I already fed Bojangles. Thanks. Knock 'em dead out there. You too. He waited until Connor was out the front door before he put the phone down. Bojangles wanted in from the yard. He did his happy begging dance. Scram, you con man, Sean said, and the dog went to his corner and lay down without complaint. Another day of nothing stretched ahead of him. He showered, fixed himself some eggs, then sat back down at the computer. The whole world was in the computer, if you knew how to figure things out, and you had to believe that somewhere out there were answers, solutions. Work and money, mostly. He checked Craigslist for help wanted. It was the same old stuff, scams, mostly. Winter rain was going to start in soon, and work would be even slower. He could fight the Guatemalans for landscaping jobs he didn't want anyway. He could enroll at the community college to take computer courses and be qualified for a whole new category of jobs where no one was hiring. Last month, he'd printed up 500 flyers advertising himself as handyman services, no job too small, stuck them under windshield wipers in parking lots, came up with 2 jobs cleaning gutters and another hauling brush, and somebody who wanted a garage framed but didn't want to pay white man's wages. He'd get by. He always had. Things would turn around, and you wouldn't feel like you were beating your head against the brick wall of the world. It wasn't just him. Times were bad for everybody. Everybody had it coming. He guessed he was just a little farther ahead in the line than most people. Finished with the job listings, he let his fingers do the walking over to the personals. Women seeking men. Like the help wanted, he'd seen most of them before. Princess looking for her prince. Where did all the great guys go? Friends first. Looking for something real. None of them attached pictures, which was smart, he guessed, but made you waste a lot of time. Here was a new one. Pretty lady, 38. Maybe not pretty, maybe not 38. Who knew? Sean clicked and read, So, how was your day? Mine too. I miss having somebody I can talk to. If you ever want to get out of the house some night for a while, you can pretend I'm your best friend and tell me all about it. Me, normal in most respects. You, tired of reading these ads. Well, at least she had a sense of humor. Sean thought for a minute, typed in the address. Hi, pretty lady.